I was going to ask you too, because you mentioned this had been in production for years. And at one point, like Lee Winnell from Saw was attached to direct, and then time goes on. Do you have to like audition as a director and not read a scene, but like, is it like trying to get a part in a movie?
Oh yeah, no, you gotta like do your song and dance. You gotta sing for your supper. Like you gotta, I mean, any, you know, metaphor you want. It's if you want to direct one of these movies, you go in. You don't look unless you're Chris Nolan or Tarantino and they're throwing it at you. I mean, there's certain movies that I will get offered straight up to direct. There's a zone of films. Some are large budget, some are huge budgets that they'll just straight up send to me. But Borderlands, it was competitive, and there's other directors that want it. And I went in, and you can cut a sizzle reel or a rip reel where you're cutting together scenes from other movies, and just to give the vibe and the feel. And you can do that, and then I can put together a visual presentation of each. You know, I had kind of each location, what it is from the game, and then the movie influences that I had, and what my approach was, and then so you can show them visually. Then you talk about character and story. And you just have to, you know, you go in there and you pitch, you go, this is what I think the movie is really about. And this is what's at the core of the film. And this is why I think I'm the right director. And this is what I understand is the emotional underpinnings of these stories. And this is why I think I'm the one that can make it more than just some video game adaptation, that I can make a real movie, a science fiction movie with heart and a real story and real character that people are going to care about and people are going to remember and people are going to quote and kids are going to have fun. And I'm giving you scenes that you can cut in a trailer. I was like, you know, because I said to Randy Pitchford, I was like, Claptrap is the robot that guides you through the game. He's like, hey, everyone, welcome. Like, he kind of takes you through the story. If you've never, when he's the first character you see, he helps you from each location. He tells you what your little missions are. And you can keep shooting him, but he'll never die. Like, Claptrap can get shot up thousands of times and he just keeps coming back. But I said, so that happens in the movie. And I said to Randy, I was like, well, where do the bullets go? He goes, we never deal with that in the game. I go, well, I'd like to deal with it because if he's loaded up with lead at a certain point, he can't move until he expels the lead. So it'd be great if they're about to get out of a situation and they look around and where's Claptrap? And he's just in the corner, just like pushing out the bullets, you know, like my dog. I think my French bulldog kind of gets embarrassed when she has to go to the bathroom and she's pooping. I'm not allowed to look. And I was like, basically, my movie is that we're making a film. It's action, it's sci-fi, and then they turn around and they can't leave because the robot is shitting bullets. And they were all laughing. And I was like, if I was 11 years old and I went to the theaters and I saw the trailer where the robot shits the bullets, I go, you got my money. That's what I want to see. So, you know, that sort of 12-year-old in you that loved Strange Brew and all those ridiculous,
nice.
You know, and they were like pissing out the fire and he was giant from drinking all the beer. That was the funniest. Strange Brew with a hoser, like the dog. Strange Brew was the funniest movie. Like, I saw that and I was like, why isn't this winning every Academy Award? You have to like tap into that version of yourself that went to see Strange Brew or Monty Python, The Holy Grail. And you're like, this is a masterpiece. And that's what I wanted. I was like, I don't want heavy, you know, there was a lot of heavy dystopian sci-fi at the time. I mean, this is, I think, like 2019, I pitched it.
Right.
And there was just like a lot of heavy, dark, dreary sci-fi, which definitely has its place. But I was like, I kind of want to go in the Fifth Element, Barbarella, hot pink, neon, fun, crazy, bonkers sci-fi. Like something, you know, when Escape from New York happens or The Warriors, you know, like Escape from New York, when the car comes and there's the chandelier on it, you're like, what is it? Like every room that Snake Plissken goes into. And I thought, you know, to Cate Blanchett, I said, I want to do something like, I want you to be a badass character, like The Man with No Name, you know, Clint Eastwood. Think of all those movies in the Dollars trilogy and think of, you know, I go, think of Snake Plissken. And she goes, Escape from New York's my favorite movie.
Oh, right on.
Like, of course it is, because but no one would know that, because why would you ask Cate Blanchett about Escape from New York on the Carol press tour? You know, nobody knows. Like, she loves Evil Dead. She loves Escape from New York. And I'm the one that's going to make those movies. So it was really fun. Everyone brought the right energy. And certainly Jamie Lee Curtis, who's such a legend. She's like the set mom. She's so nice and so sweet. And then this kid, Ariana Greenblatt, you know, I talked about when, you know, in a meeting with her, I was like, she's 13 years old. They were on Zoom. And I was like, you know, I want it to be a great performance by a young actor, not like, oh, great for a kid. I said, for me, the best young actor performance, I was like, there's two. There's a girl in Christiane F., Natalia Horst in Christiane F., and Natalie Portman in Leon, the Professional. And she goes, wait. And right behind her, she had a pillow, and she took it out, and it was Matilda, Natalie Portman. In The Professional, she's like, that is my favorite movie. I was like, well, that's what we want. We want Natalie Portman in The Professional. And she's like, absolutely. And then, of course, after, she got Barbie and Ahsoka. So, you know, Ariana blew up, as we all knew she would. I mean, she's so wise beyond her years and so funny and so damn smart. But you had these incredible, like these three generations of these incredible women, from Jamie Lee Curtis, Cate Blanchett, and Gina Gershon, and Ariana Greenblatt. I mean, they were, you know, the boys were along for the ride. But then we had, you know, Kevin Hart being a soldier. Kevin never killed anyone in a movie. I was like, Kevin, what if you kill like 200 people in a span of 5 minutes, just with your bare hands and shooting them? He's like, let's do it. Let's do it. So Kevin trains with Navy SEALs. I mean, this guy is hardcore. He loves training and fighting. He's a really good athlete. And we've never seen him be an action hero. Like,
right.
we're like, we know what people are going to say as soon as we announce your casting. So the only way we're going to answer that is with the work. We can't go, hey, Kevin did a great job. It's just like, just shut up and let the work speak for itself. And he really did. I mean, there's one scene where, you know, in the tunnels, in the Caustic Caverns, where it's just like bandit after bandit. It's just one, and it's all of them doing it. They all wanted to fight. Jamie wanted to be in there grabbing the guns and shooting. And, you know, Ariana wanted to walk up a wall. And so Florian Munteanu, who plays Krieg, was a real elite athlete. I mean, he was a serious boxer before acting. He could pick her up with one arm and walk her, you know, upside down over the walls while she's shooting. And, you know, Claptrap's just getting knocked around during the whole thing. So it was great when you see them all together and they're all fighting and doing their thing. It really, really feels, you know, Borderlands.